adventurous bakers, welcome to my channel. I am Susan and I am the host of Susie's Cakes Recipes. To all returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support, and for all new viewers, welcome to my channel where I share simple, homemade, no-fail recipes once every week. On today's episode, I'll be sharing my chocolate syrup in 10 minutes, aka Hershey's chocolate syrup. And this is perfect, it is simple to make, and you can use it as drizzles for your cold or frozen desserts, or as dips for your fruits, or you can swap it for your pancake syrup, use it for your milkshakes. There are so many possibilities of this syrup. You can also use it as a drip for your cakes. So let's get started. The ingredients are very simple. I'm going to be using salt, vanilla extract. You can use dark or clear vanilla extract, corn flour or cornstarch, granulated white sugar, water. And this is 1 cup of water. We're going to be using 2 different measurements of water in this recipe. This is 1 cup of water. Then unsweetened cocoa powder, not sweetened but unsweetened cocoa powder. And then the next measurements of water is 1/4 cup of water. This is the sum of the ingredients we're going to be using. It is very simple. Another 10 minutes you have your syrup, and you're not going to be visiting the store to get your chocolate syrup any longer. Now you can start the whole process in a saucepan, but I'm going to be starting in a bowl. I'm going to be adding my cocoa powder to my granulated white sugar. Remember, I said you're using unsweetened cocoa powder, not sweetened, and please use a good brand of cocoa powder. Next, I'll be adding the 1 cup of water, and I'm going to be using a whisk to mix this up well till there are no lumps. You can start in a saucepan like I said, but I'm just going to be working in a bowl. So I'm going to whisk this up well till there are no lumps. And this is the texture I'm looking for. I'm going to transfer this to my favorite pot I usually use for my syrups. You can use a saucepan. I'm going to be working under medium heat, not low and not high, but medium. To all returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your feedbacks and your tags. And to all new viewers, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to be notified of all my simple homemade recipes I share once every week. Trust me, they are no fail recipes. They are recipes I've been using for years. Now I'm going to place my pot on my stove or on your cooking gas, and I'm going to be stirring and working. Now this process is just going to take 10 minutes. 10 minutes. The cooking period, the cooking time is 10 minutes. Now remember to always stir continuously while it's cooking. Allow it to cook for 2 minutes at a stretch first, and then for the second measurement of water, the 1/4 cup of water, I'm going to be adding my corn flour. Add your corn flour and mix this up well. Mix it up well. Now this time your syrup has been cooking or boiling for 2 minutes, so you have 8 minutes left. So I'm going to come back to the syrup and look at it. It's boiling at the side. I'm just going to leave it to boil all through. Now I'm going to be adding my salt, and I'll add my corn flour mixture. You can use cornstarch. If I'm using corn flour, you can use corn flour or cornstarch. They're all the same thing but just different names or different terms. I'm going to be adding these into my syrup. This acts as a thickener for your syrup, and then I'm going to stir this up well and allow my syrup continue cooking on medium heat for 8 minutes. Remember to keep stirring. Next, I'll be adding my vanilla extract. This is 1 minute to the end of cooking period. That is 9 minutes. I added my vanilla extract, and I'm going to switch over from my hand wicks to my spatula. And I'm just going to allow this boil for 1 minute. So you have a total of 10 minutes, and your syrup is ready. You're going to see that the syrup is going to be slightly thickened, and while it cools, it's going to continue to get thick. It's going to be slightly thick once it completely cools. Now see, just let my syrup to boil for a minute, and then I'm going to turn off the flame, remove my pot from the flame, and then I'm going to allow this cook completely. I'm going to do a test now so that you see how the syrup is meant to look at the end of 10 minutes, so that by the time you run your index finger through your spatula or at the top of your spatula, you're going to leave a mark just like this. You're going to leave a mark just like this. This shows that your syrup is ready. I'm going to remove it from heat now, and I'll allow it to cool completely. It is very, very simple. Now, one thing I want you to remember is while your syrup is boiling, you have to watch it. You have to put your eye on it so that your syrup doesn't overboil and pours everywhere in your kitchen or your bakery. So you have to keep your eye on it. So look at the syrup at the end of 10 minutes. It's slightly thickened. I'm just going to leave this to cool completely. It is very, very simple. There's no to worry about it, there's no confusion about it, and there's no magic about it. It's just simple homemade chocolate syrup or Hershey's chocolate syrup in 10 minutes. This is completely cool, and I'm going to pour this into a sterilized bottle. I'm going to pour it. I'm going to keep it refrigerated. You can keep it on your work surface for up to a week. I'm going to keep this refrigerated. Now you can use it for drips, for drizzles, for fruit dips. You can drizzle it over your pancakes, your cinnamon roll, your donuts, your ice cream, just name it. Now, for all returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support, and for all new viewers, please remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell, like, and make a comment, and let me know where you are watching my video from so that I can get to know you more. Also remember to use the hashtag Susie's Cakes Recipes whenever you share my recipes or whenever you create my recipes, so that I can see your posts and I can repost for you on social media and on my platform. Thank you so much for your support. Also remember to check the description box beneath this video as usual for a link to a detailed recipes and where I leave a lot of tips for you on what to do more with your chocolate syrup. Thank you so much for your support. See you next week.